right. What is up, man? My name is Tank Kramer. I'm with Brandon and Brian, and we are the Spoiler Kings. So, how
How's
you
it
guys doing?
going, guys?
What's up?
Yeah. Yeah. How's your weekend? How's your all weekend?
Not bad, not bad. Just kind of same old. Took it easy. Obviously, went to the movies, kept up on all the Comic-Con stuff. I like to think
Yeah.
that I got a lot of rest. Yet today at work, I was just like
Dragging.
drifting off, almost like
Yeah.
just dragging from the minute I sat down. But I got through it.
Yeah, I was driving all around today. I was exhausted. I was like, man, what did I do? But then, it was Alfredo's birthday this weekend. So we had that on Saturday, and then went and saw Nope and spent time cleaning up and stuff. And you're like, yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend, especially with Comic-Con stuff and trying to see all the trailer leaks. Like, watch the upside down because if everyone had it in their pocket trying to show the phone. So it's like trying to figure it out. So it was interesting.
And we got Derpy in here. No popcorn this time for the show, but I got grapes.
There you go.
And wait a minute, still no Gravity Falls hat is outrageous. I got it. It's right here, man. It's hot in the basement. So
that's so fun.
Yeah. Next week. Yeah. So we got to hang out a little bit, with Alfredo, which was cool. I was disappointed because we're gonna get into Nope. We're gonna start off with Nope, and I was hoping you would have saw it, and I was because I'm like, oh, Brian had to have seen that already, and you say you didn't see it. I was like, damn, I need to talk to somebody about this movie.
It's so funny.
I was like,
it's my fault.
Yeah. Well, you usually see it like Friday or Thursday.
I used to go Thursday night.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah, I thought about it Thursday night, but just got too lazy about it.
Yeah.
Ended up going yesterday morning.
I think we went Friday night.
I did see it in IMAX.
See, it was filmed in IMAX, and that's why I thought it was really cool. So a lot of the shots were just like epic scenery. Like it looked really, really cool.
I pretty much refuse to see it in any other way.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it's filmed that way. Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense.
Dippy, the Bears. We're gonna get into that tomorrow, so make sure you join us over on the Nerd Huddle because we're gonna get into that madness that's the Chicago Bears and Soldier Field.
Lightfoot, she's not giving up. It just sounds like, all right, you're gonna plan on doing
all our damn money.
It's like every dollar we got is going to the stadium, really.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that for sure tomorrow, with the Bears stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about Nope. We're gonna do a little bit spoiler free, do our ratings, and then get into a lot of spoilers because there is the big spoiler of what's in the sky.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that, and then we'll try to do that fairly quick, and then get into the Comic-Con stuff because there was a ton of stuff, some official stuff, a lot of leaks.
It was like too much Marvel, not enough DC.
Yeah, there's that meme I had.
Marvel just spanked DC's butt so bad. It was, I don't know. We'll get to
and I'm used to that. I'm used to that happening, but this was just like straight up murderous.
It was like almost embarrassing.
Like there was some heat, there was some passion behind that.
Yeah, I don't mind it as much. I'll let you know why later. But I didn't mind it as much, But DC's got some soul searching to do,
Yeah.
Who do you really want to be?
I mean, yeah.
I'm sure folks like Ezra Miller and Amber Heard aren't helping matters.
I know.
I know. That's an understatement.
Yeah. It's very annoying. You get people like Henry Cavill who loves playing Superman. You get somebody like Jason Momoa who loves being Aquaman. Ben Affleck was kind of just Ben Affleck, so whatever. He's But it's like you need to take advantage of these people who love being these characters. So, but we'll get into that later for sure.
We can talk about Harley Quinn, because Margot Robbie is supposed to be jumping ship, and the Marvel.
Really?
Yeah, she's supposed to be an X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah. We get into it later.
Yeah, we sure. We're gonna, yeah. As a DC fan, I'll admit, Marvel basically buried the WB company and with their announcement. Yeah.
They're like, we have it all figured out, guys.
Yeah. No, Ben Affleck was a good Batman. Yeah, like you say, he just didn't love being Batman. He was over it. He was definitely over it.
I think that's all this DCEU. It was their fault. Ben Affleck would have been a cool ass Batman. It makes more sense.
He was cool.
Yeah.
My best friend is Ben Affleck.
All right. Well, we'll get into that a little bit. Let's get into the Nope.
I got
and then we'll get into Comic-Con.
So we're gonna do
a little quick synopsis and I'll run the. I probably won't run the trailer, just because we'll get copyright. Well, I guess we could.
You could do it. You just got to pause it and no sound.
No, the for the live will get claimed, but that's fine. I do. I block it for the edited version anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me hit this real quick, and then we'll get into Nope. All right. So we are the Spoiler Kings, and the big movie that came out this past week was Nope. Jordan Peele's newest feature film, his third one. This one, we've been raving about it for a while now with all the trailers. So we all got to see it. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to start with some spoiler-free stuff if you're watching live. Spoiler-free ratings, and then we'll do the spoilers a little bit at the end. So if you want to, put your fingers in your ears, then by all means.
We'll tell you, go la 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 la.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll watch the trailer, and then we'll have Brian do a quick synopsis of what it's about. All right. Yeah, go for it.
Two siblings who run a California horse ranch discover something wonderful and sinister in the skies above. While the owner of the adjacent theme park tries to profit from mysterious, otherworldly, it mattered a lot. It
did. Yeah. It's how fast it is here. Yeah. I mean, I thought that was gonna be somebody. Yeah, it was kind of important, but not like majorly important.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically Cowboys versus Aliens. No,
it is not.
No, I can't sponsor that one.
Yeah, it is not. It's not. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it is. It's not. It's not. It's
Cowboys versus Aliens. It's not.
It's. Well, all right. So we'll get into spoilers a little bit. So we'll start off with some of the stuff that we liked. Yeah. So what were some of the stuff that you guys liked? I don't know if you want to start, Brian.
Yeah, I'll go first. First of all, it was beautiful. And it was very thoughtful. It was so thought engaging in so many issues. Like, they did a wonderful job of putting things in, and you're like, why is that there? And the more you thought about it, the more you realize it was an important piece to kind of get you to the third act. That's what everything was. Everything was given to you to get you to that third act. And that first and second act was so creepy. Like, there were some parts where I was like, I grabbed my wife. She was like, get off me. And then she jumped too. So, but it was well put together. It was just well directed, well written, well acted. I liked all of them, and even some people you could see had problems because of some of the issues that happened in their past, and you can see how it affected them as in the future too. It was just as adults, and there's so many aspects of it, and it just thought engaging is probably the best thing. Thought engaging.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Brandon?
I totally agree 100%. I also, in addition to everything that you said, I really love the atmosphere of this movie, and I really liked the there's a constant feeling of uneasiness that Jordan Peele is really good at crafting and setting from beginning to end, because I felt the same way in Get Out. I felt the same way in Us. And he maintains that from beginning to end. Really, really like the cinematography. I think it was like Hoyt van Hoytema, who was the cinematographer, who's like Christopher Nolan's regular nowadays. He did like Tenet, Dunkirk. I think he did Interstellar as well. So
yeah, he did.
So like Peele wasn't playing any games from a visual aspect. So and it showed. It showed. You know,
it was a character in itself, right?
It was a character in itself, exactly. Yeah. I love there were some character parallels that we could get into later. I'm gonna save that for our spoiler part. Loved the acting.
Hey, what's
Keke
up, Will?
Palmer. Oh, hey, what's up, Will?
Will.
Keke Palmer was great in it. Daniel Kaluuya is great in everything he's in. It was great to see Michael Wincott, a veteran actor like him who's been at it for such a long time. He's one of my favorite things about The Crow back in the day, and he's been in a lot of stuff. That kind of new actor, Brandon Perea, or if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, he was really good. So all around, there was a lot to unpack, but I'd say
Keith
those were
David.
Keith David.
Did they show him in the trailer?
No,
I
man.
like
No clue.
I love Keith David.
Yeah, they showed him in the second trailer.
You're not a doucher.
Hey, thank you for sharing, dude. Yeah. Keith David. Every time he shows up and stuff, I was like, oh hey, I just like him. I think he deserves more roles and stuff. What else, man? Anything else?
I'd say those were my main things, without leaning too much into spoilers for now. Yeah.
So, what did you think?
Me? Hold on, let me respond to that. So I know Debbie said when we're going to talk about Comic-Con, I'll say give us 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, we'll get
into that. Wanda. David deserves more real life roles. Keith David is so cool. In Community, I think he was a great ad in Community at the end. But man, this same thing with you guys. It makes sense now why I thought, especially the third act was so well shot. Because you said it was the cinematographer was from Interstellar, which is probably one of my favorite like sci-fi space travel kind of movie. It's definitely like my top 5 favorite movies. I freaking love that movie.
It's my top 20 all time. Top 20 all time movies.
I'd say it's definitely like top 10. I would even put it. It's like of all time.
It's thought provoking, and you still like having to explain what it was going on and having the different dimensions. That's what you need is something like this. And it was visually
gorgeous. And then this one, I was like the third act, I'm like, oh man, that is very cool, very different. Those stuff that I know I try explaining to you guys that reminded me of like anime kind of stuff, and which certain animes can get really big and extravagant. And I felt like that's kind of how this kind of became a little bit. So definitely for me, it hit a lot of those like key parts of it. But overall, I thought the scary parts were very well done. But the acting, everything just hit. Steven Yeun, man, that guy is awesome.
He really is.
Yeah, and him as Jupe. What was it? Ricky? What was his?
Jupe.
Ricky, but his nickname was Jupe.
It was Jupe, right? Yeah. He had that one scene where he's kind of like remember something from his past, and then it cuts to him, and he's just like doing that like
stare down the
100-yard stare and just completely out of it. Oh man. Yeah. Was that Mark? Which Mark?
I think he's talking about his character Mark from Invincible, since he voices the main character on Invincible.
He does.
Yeah, that's right. He does. which I cannot wait for more Invincible.
Yeah, where's season 2 at?
I know it's taking too
man.
long.
I know. But yeah, Mark from Invincible. But yeah, man. So what about some bad stuff? What were things that kind of like threw you off, or you kind of like, you didn't like so much? We'll start with Brian again.
Can you do that without spoilers? So
Be vague.
there's things that the entity or whatever it is, the unidentified whatever object, whatever it is, did
UAP.
the UAP that didn't make sense and that was never explained. You know, and I think that's probably my biggest complaint. There's things that just weren't explained, but I guess in movies that are that big, you don't need everything explained. But I would have rather it had been explained because I think that would have fulfilled everything in the whole movie. Besides that, I mean, I can't say there's much I didn't like. I just can't. It's not. It made sense. Everything made sense, and that's why I loved about it.
Yeah. And I'd say the same. Like, I know a lot of people are kind of attacking the fact that it kind of moved a little slowly, but I really like slow burns. So that did not bother me.
If it's half the movie is a scary movie, how does it move slowly then? I mean, no, it's creepy. That's the idea.
It's feeling you like it's filling you, like I said, it's filling you up with that ever-present sense of dread, which is what I appreciated, you know. And heck, you know, Get Out was a slow burn, and that's one of the things I liked about it the most. You can do if you could do a slow burn and still keep me invested, you're doing everything right. So there wasn't really anything about it that immediately comes to mind that put me off. You know, everything just worked as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, most complaints. So the movie is 3 acts, 1, 2, and 3. The first 2 are, I don't care what anyone says, amazing. Everyone has to say those first 2 acts are amazing. The third is where we have, you know, some people not liking it. Some say it is stupid. Something is great, but you know, just you have a lot of differing opinions. I'm one of those people that thought the third act was pretty good. I think it's when you think about what you will want to see, I think he delivered it and more. And that's why I didn't have a problem with the third act. But I think that when you have an act, those first 2 are so good, I don't know what you could have done to deliver anything more than what he already did deliver. So
yeah. I was watching some reviews from a lot of the bigger kind of guys, and I was getting like mixed. Like one guy I watched was like, "Oh, it started off slow." And then it got good at the end. And then somebody's like, oh, it kind of, you know, was good. And then the third act kind of like crapped out. And I was like, how can, you know, but that's just like kind of how this movie is, where like this guy is literally saying the beginning was better. And then this guy's saying the end was better. And I was just like, that's crazy. Where like, and that was a lot of the videos. A lot of people were saying it's a slow burn or the ending kind of wasn't good. And for me, I thought it was all good from beginning to end. Because right from the beginning, you're watching, you're like, what did I just watch? You know, and it's like, you know, I was telling, well, even I told you, I'm like, is this still part of like that whole like production trailer, you know, thing? You know, his Monkey Paw Productions, you know, because all the audio bled over through the previous, you know, one. So I was like, but that was very unsettling and stuff like that. I heard a lot of videos have been hearing mixed, but it's mixed, but it's also the mixed reviews are mixed in themselves because so many people are saying they like this part better than this part, but all that's mixed. You know, like usually like with like say like Thor: Love and Thunder, everyone's saying it's too much funny, it's too much comedy, Where this, it's like everyone's like, I like that, I hate this, I love that, this is not good, you know. So it's really all over the place. One guy says slightly better than Us. It's
I liked
different.
it.
No. Okay, so Us was a good concept, but it wasn't like the whole movie wasn't a masterpiece. There was a lot of parts where you're like, what the hell? Or who cares? This movie is much better than Us, in my opinion. I feel like this it's not Get Out, because Get Out changed the game. Like earlier, I remember watching the movie, I was like, genre. Realize I'm watching something different that's changed the way horror is being done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it really affected me. I was like, man, that is scary. You know, like things that you don't think is scary, but that's really changed everything. It's not Get Out, but it's better than Us. But I think it's much better than Us. I think it's closer to Get Out than it is to Us.
Yeah,
same. I thought
not liking Us. A lot of people. A lot of people didn't like Us.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on Us. I liked the idea, but the execution wasn't as great. It didn't hit as much for me. And you know, on top of that, Peele really set the bar high for himself with his debut with Get Out. So, you know,
you think it was a little bit too soon after Black Panther for us to come out with the same characters being in that, you know, when you see M'Baku, he's like, that's M'Baku. It doesn't matter what he's a dad. It didn't matter. You only see him as that. You see Lupita, she's like, you know, that, you know, I just saw her in this, and that's why I see her as. I think it was too close to those characters for that movie. I think that affected it a little bit too.
But even I would say,
yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
A year.
They came out like a year apart, right?
Yeah. But even this one, I would say, Us and Get Out are a little bit more closer to one another than this and those two. You know, this one, it was very different, just a different vibe. I felt like altogether with this one compared to Get Out and Us.
I was freaked out by Get Out. I was scared.
Oh yeah, no, Get Out was.
I was like, oh no, don't do it. I was screaming the film, go, run.
Yeah. This though, there's one part that barn scene. That has to be one of. I know we're supposed to talk about like bad stuff, but that barn scene. Before we'll get into spoilers about it, but that was probably one of the scariest scenes I've seen in a movie in a long time. And nothing like jumped out and scared you, so it wasn't a jump scare. It was like you're at the edge of your seat, kind of like, oh no, you know,
what am I looking at? And you know, it's pulled to the side and like, oh my god, what is going on?
Like I literally went like, oh god damn it, like in the theater, like I actually said that.
Yeah.
Like
I think that was the one part.
That's like what
everyone in the theater said. Nope. They're like, nope. Like I heard people like, don't. You know. So that alone kind of like puts it in a different categories. Like having a good scene like that just really.
That's something I also like. The movie. There were parts where even the characters like, nope, I ain't doing that. That's not. That's remember when we first did. When we saw the. I don't know if you remember when we first saw the trailer for this. I said, nope, I ain't going to see that. Nope, because black people, we see those things like, I don't know. We hear that thing, and other people want to go investigate, and black people like, nope, I'm going the other way. Oh, I heard some over there. You want to know what that is? No, I don't. I'm going over here.
You know, I always think back to the scene in the newest Candyman movie where Tiana Paris's character opens up the basement door, looks down there.
Oh yeah.
And then she's just like, nope.
I think about
just something more real life, realistic.
It's real life because you know, if I have my house, this is my house, this is my basement. If I'm it's the middle of the night and I hear something that sounds like it's otherworldly, like nope, it's time for me to go and get the kids and let's leave. I would rather leave than go find and investigate. No, I'm not investigating nothing. Go to the basement? No, I don't know what I look like.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to an attic. I'm not going anywhere with little dolls we set up. I ain't doing none of that stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Or if I'm too freaked out, or if I'm on the second floor or something, and I don't feel like there's any escape, I will just turn the lights on and grab a hammer or a bat and just stand in the corner.
Not going to trip. I'm not tripping over nothing. I'm not doing any of these things.
I don't. Did it have a $60 million budget? I heard it was a pretty low budget though. I could be
That's
wrong.
still pretty. $60 million is still pretty low budget.
Because I heard it wasn't, even with getting a $44 million for the weekend, it got the top spot. But I was reading somebody saying that that's a pretty good number for this movie.
Yeah,
I still think that's a good. I mean, some of these Marvel movies, they're spending $200-300 million, so you have to make that much to break even. So making $1 billion sounds great, but you're doing 3 times more. I think this movie's going to make $150 million.
Yeah, obviously
domestically.
Budget. Yeah,
Domestically. So I mean, I think worldwide, I wouldn't be surprised it made 200, 220.
Mm-hmm. I know it didn't hit its mark. It was supposed to be more. It was supposed to be more money that they expected. The projections, that's what word I was looking for. But yeah, it was still not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Well, here, let's get into what is it? I like it's UFO movie, but damn. $68 million is a low budget. Is it? I don't know if it. I gotta look up how much is that. How much it spent on it? 68 mil. Get Out was made with 4. That's what I thought. This one was a fairly low because I mean you really only had 4 actors.
Get Out was 4.5. Us is 20, and Nope was 68.
68. Wow. I mean, a lot of it's probably graphics, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, and you got bigger actors.
Yeah, exactly. I think you had bigger actors, and you had to actually pay people.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. Well, here, let's get into our rating, and then we'll talk about spoilers and all that stuff.
Okay.
So over here at the Spoiler Kings, we do our ratings a little bit different. We rank everything a now, later, or never. Now means you have to go drop whatever you're doing, go watch this right now. It's worth it. Later means you can wait till it's streaming, wait till it's out on DVD, and then watch it whenever you get a chance. Never means completely skip it. It is not worth the time or the money. So that being said, I'll let Brandon go first. What do you think this one at?
Quick decision. This is an easy now. This is a very solid high now.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a fan of Jordan Peele's efforts. I really like, his style overall, and basically like they're 2-hour Twilight Zone episodes, which is like right up my alley. So I really liked everything he did. I think as far as I'm concerned, he made all the right moves with this one. I put it right on par with Get Out, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe just like a hair under it, but I liked it almost as much as I did Get Out. So absolutely, this is a now, no question about it.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Brian?
So it's definitely a now. I'm not putting it up where Get Out was. Get Out had me just squirming in my seat the whole time. I was like, no, run! Like you screaming at the theater, screaming at the movie, like you could hear me. Mm-hmm. I think this one was creepy. When I was like, what the hell is going on? What the hell does that mean? And I've enjoyed it more the longer I've been out of the movie theater, so I can actually think about things. I'll compare it to, I hate to say M. Night Shyamalan, but The Sixth Sense. And then I saw Signs, and I was like, man, the Signs, the first 2/3 of Signs was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Signs ending is the same as this ending, but it was like that type of movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I think it's not just a horror film, but it's like a mystery all like in one thing. And it had so many parallels and parables, like little small stories that kind of tell you what you need to know for the next scene. And he's like piecing it together for you. And it's like he took a giant puzzle and you broke it down, and you built the house back up with those same puzzle pieces. And I love the way he did that. So it's definitely a now for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm putting now as well, man. This was easily like one of the better movies I've seen all year. And it's original. It's completely new. You don't
independent.
You have no expectations. You're not like, oh, am I going to see this person or am I going to see that? It's new, which I love Jordan Peele for. Yeah, I mean it was good, man. I mean how deep you want to dig and pull back the layers on this film is kind of up to you, because it can go really, really deep and it has many, many layers. And if you really want to get into like the minute, little meanings and everything, I mean, Jordan Peele has definitely thought about a lot of that stuff. It's not a horror film in the sense of like how Freddy or Halloween or stuff like that is a horror film. There are some parts that are pretty scary, but it's definitely more of a mystery thriller kind of thing. So it was really interesting. I mean, I don't know if there's really like an overall meaning to it, besides just like, sibling kind of caring for each other kind of and reconnecting. I guess
the thing was you can't control what I don't think we can say it without when you try to control something, sometimes it comes back and it bites you.
Yeah.
When you think you have that connection, that you can control something, it affects you until you realize you don't have control. You just have to go on what you know about it. In order, and respect it. If you don't have respect for something,
it's gonna attack and bite you
in the ass.
Can't get you.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. That's kind of it. But I really love this one. And then over on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter, which is the critics, gave it an 82%. And that's out of 250 reviews. And then the audience, we got 2,500 plus verified users, gave it a 71. So the critics like it a little bit more than the audience.
That's because people don't like thinking.
Sure.
I'm telling you, that always affects your number. When you have something you have to think about later, and someone has to explain to you, people don't like that.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to get too much into it, but like there's a few people that are like, "Oh, this movie's too woke." I was like, "What the fuck? What?" Like right off the bat here, before we talk about it, there's a rating here. It says bad actors, bad director, bad special effects, costume set design was below what should have been released. Disgusting. We just said it has one of the best freaking cinematographers ever.
It's the Santa Clarita Valley. That's where all the whole shit is. $40 million of the budget is the Santa Clarita Valley. It's the most beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places in California. What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, bad actors. We just said how great the actors were, and bad director. The last original IP that did this well was also Jordan Peele's last movie. So it's like Jordan Peele's the only one making original movies. You know what I mean? Like that's insane. So like that, and that got a half a star. And I was like, I gotta disagree with a lot. Right off the bat, bad actors. Really, Daniel Kaluuya, Academy Award.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on. And the term woke is just thrown around too much. All it is, like I've said in the past, is it's code for the main character is not a straight white man, and I won't stand for that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, in that thing, they didn't say it, but also it was like, I mean, there's no way you're talking about bad actors. Keke Palmer is not a bad actress.
And she is not. And she's been in so much. People don't know. I was just telling you about it. She's been in so many movies. It's not just Keely and the B guys.
But I mean, Daniel Kaluuya, I mean, he's been so many great things. I mean, he was up for an Academy Award, I believe, for which one?
Judas and the Black Messiah, right?
Judas and the Black Messiah. Dude, that movie. It's just
good.
Good Lord.
He's got a long career in front of him, man.
What did Jordan Peele say? He's his De Niro? Is that what we called him?
Yeah, he's like his go-to actor. Yeah,
he's like, this is it. This is my guy. This is it.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
he's what De Niro is to Scorsese, or like Johnny Depp is to Tim Burton, or Leonardo DiCaprio is to Scorsese. But yeah, it was, and
great go-to guy.
more on Daniel Kaluuya's performance when we get to our spoiler portion. But
no,
yeah,
even without that, I want to say he's the type of actor that allows other actors around him to still be good and still take a spotlight. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't take it and hog the whole spotlight. He allows you to be good and him still being good and be able to balance out a movie. He doesn't have to be the screaming guy or the look at me guy to be able to balance out a movie still. And that's why I really enjoyed about watching it.
He's focused on his craft and his character. It never really seems like a matter of ego for him.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's doing the best possible job he can do, I think,
Exactly.
So we'll get into spoilers right now, but let me get into some of these comments. He goes, a lot of these so-called fans are just straight bigots. They look at every hate for Black what was it, Black Wesker in New Resident Evil. I haven't seen New Resident Evil. I haven't seen that one. He said, try watching Batwoman for 5 seconds. See, that's the difference. It's like, just because something's bad doesn't mean it's bad because it's a black actress or a gay actor, actress. You know what I mean? Batwoman's bad because it's badly written.
It's just
bad.
Poorly written.
It's just bad.
Just bad.
You know? But people saying something's bad because like, oh, the actors were bad. Okay, you're telling me this guy, like Daniel Kaluuya, is bad. You're telling me Jordan Peele, who's probably this film definitely solidified him as he is one of the top directors right now.
Yeah, and he really is.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you guys have seen the article where he says that his protagonists in his movies are going to be people of color. Nothing wrong with that. And a lot of those bigots and incels twist his words as if he said, "I hate white people," which is not the case.
Which it can't be. I mean, he's married.
Yeah, he's married to Chelsea Gray. Like, come on.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating whenever these folks twist things to fit their butthurt little narrative. It's so annoying.
Yeah. A perfect example, like here, a battle is saying Ruby Rose gets a lot of hate because the writing is usually bad. She usually is. I think I don't know. She puts herself in something like she was in. Was it John Wick 2?
John Wick 2.
And then that's the best thing for her. Keep her quiet. She barely says anything, and have her be a badass. Perfect, And then you start putting her as like Batwoman. It wasn't well written and stuff like that. But the Equalizer with Queen Latifah was. But
it doesn't matter. The Equalizer was bad with Queen Latifah because it didn't make any sense. And Latifah you're totally not spelling it right. But put some respect on her name because she's a Grammy, an Emmy, an Oscar winning. She's done all of it. But the Equalizer was because
that show.
Yeah, when Denzel made the movies, Denzel made it like epic already. So it wasn't going to work with her. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Denzel's just such a badass. You can see an old guy being that bad and just making it, making it work.
Is that my bad?
Come on.
No, he's joking.
I'm just joking with you, man. I know you're saying
Yeah. And said with good writing and good direction, you can make a bad actor look good, but you can also make a good actor look bad. Perfect example, Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
It was like, does that mean Mark Hamill? Because if like you're saying the movie sucks, does it suck because Mark Hamill made it sucky? It's not Mark Hamill because he's a good actor. He's just doing his job and reading the lines on the shitty script. You know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't. You're not going after Mark Hamill for making Luke Skywalker bad. You know what I mean? You're going after Disney and Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson.
So
ruining it.
Yeah.
Let's not go.
I'm like, it's not Mark Hamill's fault, but I mean that's like a good example. But no one brings it up because he's a good actor. Yeah. But as I was saying, the only exception being Blade. I missed a part. Get the idea behind. Yes, don't change a character if the backstory is strongly tied to being white. But if they are not, exactly. Why are you complaining? It doesn't matter. Blade. You know. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't.
I think that was.
I don't think. Who
cares?
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? What is that? I don't think Mark Hamill made The Last Jedi bad at all. He did. Yeah, he did his thing. Tom Hardy in Venom. That's a really good one. Like, damn, in that first Venom, Tom Hardy was the only one that cared about that damn movie because no one else did. No one else. God,
he tried to carry it.
It has one of the worst lines ever in movies. It's when he breaks his arm and then like he gets taken away by the venom, and he literally says with a really kind of bad Boston accent, even though he's in San Francisco, he's like, "My arm was broken, but now it's not broken." It was like, what? Like it was something exactly along. I'm like, that is why you don't say that out loud. It was so stupid. Oh,
no, we're agreeing that it looked terrible in Venom. And Tom Hardy's a good actor.
Yeah. Oh, it was just. Yeah, imagine CW live action Powerpuff. Oh, don't even get me started with that.
I've seen the script. I've seen the script.
I heard they got canceled. Like the execs saw the pilot and were like, no,
we're good.
No,
just like Gordy's movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll get back into it. They probably went through that garbage. Yeah. All right, let's get back into it. So we're gonna talk some spoilers for this movie.
For Nope.
Nope. Yeah. So we're gonna get into some spoilers. Here, let me hit this so I know where to edit. All right. So spoilers for Nope. So if you haven't seen it, put your fingers in the ears. What was it? Earmuffs. Do your earmuffs. Because we're gonna get into some really. I don't know. Would it ruin the movie? I think it will, right?
Yeah.
Because there's when you find out,
what's going on. What's the first and second act
changes.
Almost would not matter. If you don't get to go through it.
I mean, it does. Yeah, but the things that you think matter wind up not mattering, and then the small things that happen in the background wind up being the more important parts.
The more kind of
like the part with the horse right in the beginning, where the stagehand freaks out the horse. There you go.
Yeah,
thank you. Spoiler alert for Nope. Just say Nope. Yeah, I was looking for. I thought I had the audio of that Nope. But I don't have it. I don't know. So I don't know. Where do you guys want to start off with some of the spoiler talk?
Let's start with the first scene.
Yeah. So I got some stuff to say about that as well.
All right, go ahead, Brandon. And I'll piggyback off of you.
Well, I liked the parallels between Gordy the chimp and Jupe, because there was this constant, and we touched on that. With you can't tame something, or you can't tame a predator. Even there's a line said by Daniel Kaluuya about Jupe, in which kind of ties back to his ultimate fate. He tried to tame a predator, with them trying to tame Gordy and him going on his rampage, and then him trying to tame or control the UAP, which ends up eating him, his family, and spectators. Even with the with the last 20-25 minutes, with them kind of trying to grasp a level of control over the UAP. So I liked that constant. I'm not even going to call it an underlying theme, because it was a very prominent theme. I liked that a lot. That was one of my favorite things. I also really liked the commentary on this is kind of branching off or kind of drifting off course, but there was even commentary on like the film industry and, people like trainers, how they don't get enough the recognition they deserve, or, animals being used for amusement, child actors, their careers not lasting, beyond such. Jupe was basically coasting off of a tragedy rather than his acting prowess. He was coasting off of what had happened and using that to kind of, continue his career as an adult, which ultimately came back to bite him in the ass. I also liked the character of OJ.
OJ.
It's
OJ.
really easy. At the beginning. I really liked
which is funny.
the notion. I really liked how he was like the subtle kind of nuanced straight man who was a man of few words and was always looking down. And I like how that, kind of led into him figuring out, the UAP won't get you if you're looking down.
But I mean, I don't know if it led to it, but also because when you are a trainer, and that's what he is. I mean, Dan Kaluuya is an animal trainer, and when you work with animals, you realize there's a respect that you have to have, and that's what you saw in the movie film, the film shoot. If you don't respect the animal's going to react. Doesn't matter what the trainer does. So he's trying to get understanding his rules. Even the one that Kiki Palmer was saying was trying to get everyone to understand you must respect these animals. No matter how they train animals, they're still wild animals. So you can't just expect them to just act like humans and treat them like humans. You can't come up behind on a horse. You can't give a mirror to a horse. There's things that you're not supposed to do. You don't look things in the eye. This is what that's because it's not about training. It's about respect. And if you lose that respect, you lose that control that you have, the idea of control, because you really don't control it, but you lose the sense of knowledge of how to control something by understanding its motivations. That's all you do. And that's what people saying. Like, I'm not controlling these animals. I understand their motivation. I'm trying to tell you how to respect them in a way that we can get them to do what you want them to do. And that's what Daniel Kaluuya did. That's his character did. OJ did. He respected the animal enough, and with that respect, he could get what was going on to do the things he wants them to do because he respected them and understood its motivation. And that's what he even said. We know what they like. We know what he doesn't like. We understand what we can feed him stuff, and that will motivate him to do these things so we can control it in the end.
Yep. And in addition to that, with respecting the animal, that takes me back to why Gordy the chimp didn't do anything to hurt Jupe when he was hiding under that table. If you look kind of close, well, not even closely, but the reason he wasn't looking is because the tablecloth was kind of veiling his eyes. And I think, and in addition to that, they already kind of had that friendly bond on the show anyway. They
also was trying to control him. He was just, because if you think about the guy, the male actor, he ran down the stairs. He was like, no. He was trying to control him again, and that's why he got his brains beaten in. It wouldn't have happened that way if he, respected him and tried to run and whatever. But he was trying to, no, you don't do this. No, he's controlling them again, putting on the stupid party hat and making them, dance, monkey dance. And that's what everything happened. That's why everyone got attacked, because they were trying to control.
Pretty interesting choice of Peele kind of incorporating the real life tragedy of Travis the chimp from years back.
Is that what?
That attacked and mauled that woman, which Oprah covered, there's constant references to
that's Oprah.
To Oprah. Yeah,
that gets you some Oprah names.
That Oprah shot.
Oprah coverage. Yeah, the Oprah shot.
The Oprah shot. Yeah. I love there's so many references to it. Like you said, that one, which was obviously more of a tragedy. There was kind of my girlfriend noticed it. A Godfather kind of reference with the horse's head coming into the glass. It was kind of like the horse head kind of thing. Akira, straight Akira at the end with the bike slide. People all been saying that. And for me, I thought Neon Genesis Evangelion, if you're an anime fan, the whole ending was very much like an angel. If I know neither of you guys know, so if anybody's watching and you've seen that anime, it was very reminiscent of like that. I got those vibes and I loved it. But just the whole thing of like even you said Jupe not being direct eye contact. This whole movie is like look at it, and then you need to realize well, don't look at it or else you're gonna get it angry. But look at it because we want the attention. And it's all the spectacle. That's what everyone's saying, and that's what I thought was so good, because even the eye of the alien was very much like a camera lens. It was even called the viewer.
Yep.
You know, it was just like everything was so connected in everything, you know, and even stuff you didn't think about, even like them making, you know, saying the Oprah shot, you know, because you got to get that Oprah shot, you got to get that good shot, you got to get that good shot. And then the whole time it's like, no, you don't want to do that because you're just going to piss them off more, you know? So it's just everything, you know, it's just very meta in itself, which I always find very interesting, you know, when it's done well, because you could do it and it could be bad. Jordan Peele does meta stuff very, very well. Very well. Yeah. So
I will say this.
Yeah.
So there's something we talk about the things you didn't like. So first, if spoiler alert, it's not a spaceship. It might be alien. It might not be of this planet, but it reminded me. I don't know if you remember. It's this episode of Star Trek where they meet this thing in the middle of space that's like sucking on the spaceship, and it's just like it's like a ship, but it's not really a ship. It's a ship that's alive, and that's kind of what this was. It's a sentient being, you know, out in the middle of space. That's what this was. I told you that's something that it reminded me of, and this thing blew like a UFO, but it really is. It's alive. It's something that's alive and was able to hide in clouds. I had two questions. One, how did it make the cloud? You know, because it hit in that cloud the entire time. How did it make this cloud? And two, where did the EMP come? If it's just a sentient being, like if it's just an animal,
a living, breathing thing. Yeah.
So how did it know to shut down all power when it's coming through?
Yeah.
Like,
see,
how
like
would you know?
The EMP thing, I just thought it was just its presence. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. I just felt like because anytime it came near, everything turned off. So I wonder if that's just the aura or it manifested that, you know. But the cloud one, it was definitely something me and my girlfriend were talking about afterward and stuff like that. We're like, well, how? Like, is that just a fart that is just sitting in? Like, what? Like, what is it? You know, like the EMP one didn't bother me as much. I really didn't even think about it until you said it earlier.
It didn't bother me until it was raining all the blood and everything going to the house, because it's like it almost seemed like it had control of when it was doing it.
Yeah.
Because then, you know, all of a sudden the car cut back on. They looked at you again and cut off again. Like, was it a giant brain that was able to send out those EMPs? There's so much that I didn't understand with that, and I thought that could have been fleshed out a little bit more. But how the hell would we have been able to know? So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I think it was the end.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it was the end because they kept pulling away from each other, or they kept pulling the UFO, the alien, away from Kiki so she could turn on the electric bike. That's the only part that got me. I was like, oh, if it's far enough, if
it doesn't notice it. But it was like a Wi-Fi connection. Well, it's only got 500 feet. So if you get past that 500 feet, all of a sudden, you know, it's gonna start working. It's like, what?
Yeah.
But it was almost like, OJ was trying to get to focus on him, and when it focused on him, it lost focus on her and allowed her to go. You know, so it's almost like it had to be focused on it. But if that was the case, how would it know about all the cameras? How would it know about every single thing? It had to be an EMP, electronic magnetic pulse, that it was giving out to be able to get these things to stop.
Yeah.
You know, so that I thought that was kind of weird because they didn't really explain why or how. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it's like easily like alien. You know, so whenever you can't explain anything in Star Wars, you like the Force. You know, so
yeah.
You know, it's alien stuff. You won't get it.
You won't get it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But I mean, if that's the worst part of it, I mean,
exactly, it's still great.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Those are things that do you really want him to just like, oh, well, I explained it because it had an EMP inside it. Done. Or it could have been just like a Thor did. It's like one day he told the hammer to go ahead and look after James, so he just did it. That was the answer. Like, he just couldn't come up with
might not like it.
Good answer.
Yeah. But Jordan Peele does that a lot. He kind of like leaves a lot of things open for interpretation. Like,
interpretation.
If you wanna believe this, then cool. If you want to believe this, then yeah, whatever. You know, he never really.
I mean, because the cloud thing, you can even say as it unfolded and all this stuff was unfolding, Maybe it has a reflective thing that it knows how to camouflage. Lots of animals know how to camouflage. And that's why you don't see it. And that could be the answer so simply. It camouflages there, and it has an EMP as it gets closer. Everything within 5,000 yards goes off. Yeah. I mean, but I'm just saying those questions I had. But,
I love that part though of the cloud, because Angel comes running back and he's like staring at it. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, so this has nothing to do with the movie itself, rather than my theater. There was it pissed me off so much. There was a dirt stain on the screen, and it was like this spot where they kept looking and they kept pointing to. At the one point where they're all looking at the cloud, it looks like they're staring at that dirt stain on the screen. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. Oh, and especially it's all like, very bright colors and white and blues, and then bam, big old, like somebody threw like
a banana
soda. But yeah. There you go. So that was kind of like the only annoying part, because I looked at my girlfriend. I'm like, is that the alien or is that a dirt? It's like, it's a dirt. We're like, okay, yeah. But them staring at that cloud, and then OJ being like, oh yeah, now that you say it, I stare at that cloud every day for the last 6 months. I was like, oh. So I thought it was really, really cool. But
I love the movie director. The movie director going on, I gotta get the money shot. Gotta get the money shot. What the fudge? Like what? Why?
I think it's just calling out how douchey Hollywood is.
Yeah, just douchey and pretentious.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get me. I gotta get the shot. What the fuck?
I don't even think it was like he don't gotta get me. It's just like, who's that actor that he becomes the person, like he gets so engrossed in it. Daniel Day-Lewis. It's like it's like he became Abraham Lincoln. I was like, what? You don't need to, man. You're acting.
Go home.
There's a lot of directors
be yourself.
Like that.
Like you say that, but some of the best actors are that way. Character actors.
Yeah. But
pay the price.
I don't know. I feel it just. I think it was calling out to some of these like directors that think like, oh, I'm a good director because I have these artsy shots and this and that, and I don't know.
Why couldn't he take the other stuff?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't you leave the film, take your other one, like put that on, and then film it for yourself? All right, get eaten by yourself. Good job.
Speaking of the people getting eaten, those scenes were mad uncomfortable. Where you see the victims being like dragged through the digestive tract, and like that made me squirm.
It was him, his wife, the kids, everyone else in the crowd. Those kids were like one of my favorite parts of that whole movie.
Yeah.
When they came in, they scared OJ in that creepy scene.
Yeah.
And when the alien was like, coming out, like, that was the creepiest part. And he punched one of the kids in the face.
Let me see if I can find that.
That was like the best part ever. Like,
that was. Dude, I like that whole barn scene. You can feel it in the theater. I don't know at your guys' theater. I just felt it. Like everyone was quiet. Everyone was like holding their breath, and then you see that thing kind of stand up, and you're like,
"What the heck was happening?"
Yeah. But even those aliens looked a lot like monkeys. Back to Jupe and Gordy. It's like it's just so everything's so connected when you like think about it. It's like I don't know if he meant. Obviously, I think he meant to do it, but it's just the little details that you don't think about, until you
further away you get from it, the more you really enjoy what he did.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if I was looking for that barn scene.
Real quick then, Brandon, what's your favorite scene that you saw in the movie?
Favorite scene? Probably either the barn scene, the final flashback of Gordy really did it for me, and just I know we're into spoiler territory. Just because I like a good uplifting ending, the final shot of Emerald seeing OJ on the horse. After all, I loved that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, like I legit like threw a clap out there.
Yeah.
So the first 2 seconds of a movie was a black man on a horse, and the last 2 seconds of this movie would be a black man on a horse.
Black man on a horse. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, I know I cheated. You asked for 1, but I had to go with 3.
Those are good. Those are good.
I was looking for. I can't find it. Well, I was gonna say the whole speech at the beginning of the film. You find out later that that's the speech that their dad would give them, and that's why when she said great, and then OJ was like, great. And he's like, great. You know, it was like, oh, because she memorized his speech, yep. And since they're a generation behind, she would forget that extra great, yep. And it was like, damn, you know, it's like things like that you don't pay attention, you know, and then like it makes sense later in the film. Oh, I love shit like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So the other one I had was with her talking about how the horse was supposed to be given to her, and her dad had to train it for Scorpion King and took it away from her, and he trained it himself because he had to be on the movie set. That they didn't even use the horse. And she said, I remember standing up this window and being so upset and looking down, and Dad never even looked up at me. Said, but you did.
But you did, yeah.
But you did. And he always was like, got you. Mm-hmm. You know, I see you looking at me. I can see you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. And that's what they did in the end of the movie, too. So I see you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. Go.
And it kind of, you know, it kind of reminded me of, you know, because I have a younger sister. It kind of, you know, I kind of felt parallels with that in my relationship with my younger sister and how that's developed in recent years, and us kind of growing closer, trying to grow even closer than we were when we were smaller. So that was a nice touch as well, you know.
Because there's a competition between siblings as you grow up. As you become adults, it's really just love, because there's no competing. It's just love, and you learn to accept each other for who they are, because you have common themes that have gone through your entire life, and you start to realize it's like, I love you. Doesn't matter. Yeah, all this other stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah, all the other stuff doesn't matter, and you know, in the end, it's really you and them against the world.
Even then, even when he was pissed off with her for leaving them hanging, you know, on the movie scene, he still didn't blame her. I was ready to blame her. I was like, man, it's your fault. It's your fault. He didn't blame her. He still
ruining the family business.
Yeah. Like, you're ruining everything because you do everything, motorcyclists and all this other crap you gotta tell everybody. You've made everything terrible. But he didn't. He still protected her.
Yep.
And she was out there to protect him. That's my brother's out there. I'm going to do whatever I can to protect him. And then he did the same thing with her. Also, love the fact that Angel didn't die too.
Me too. Like I almost kind of thought he was a goner at times.
He was like, thank God for barbed wire.
Yeah. Well, I thought he, like, when he did that, I thought he was going to sacrifice himself. I'm like, oh, he's going to wrap it up and then he's going to get sucked in with the barbed wire. I'm like, oh, he's sacrificing himself to kill it. But I'm like, all right. So, I mean, I'll take that. I mean, that he just like, oh, shit, I'm going to tie myself down to this, you know. Yeah. But I was like, you were up in the sky and you fell flat with no cushion. You know, with barbed wire.
The cushion was the barbed wire.
Yeah. So, but I liked Angel. I thought he was a really cool character.
Me too.
Yeah. So real quick. So here, the whole time the trailer's kind of throwing you off. So this is the barn scene. You kind of see the little alien head. You know, even before he comes around the corner, he turns it on and it shuts back off, and you just see like a little white figure down, and then it stands up, and you see these long arms. Dude, that freaked everybody out in the theater.
It was like, ain't no problem. It's coming right now. It's funny because OJ was like, nope. I'm not going over there. I'm good.
But just the whole time, like the trailer, I think really throws you off because you're not quite sure. You never see the spaceship really in the trailer. Maybe a little glimpse here and there. You see a lot of this little stuff, and then you see like the hand here, and I for sure thought that was.
I thought that was an alien or something
because it looks like ET.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's another dude. Yeah, it's an ET reference. You know what I mean? It's like, peace. Like between us kind of thing. Like I respect you, love you, whatever the hell. It's just, and then the whole time you're like, who's the aliens? Because at first I'm like, oh shit, there's gonna be like Planet of the Apes type of stuff where you're gonna get like monkeys coming, from outer space, and then for a minute I thought it was gonna be fucking horses, which would have been so.
For a long time, I thought it was horses too. I was like,
like horse people.
Yeah, because they were so prominent in the trailers,
Yeah,
but then it made sense. Like I was like, okay, horses don't look things in the eye. That's why it doesn't attack it. And so, the reason why it's like a horse because it's a wild animal, and that's how you train horses. Don't look them in the eye. You shield their vision, and then you can get to go where you want them to go. And that was a great parallel with with the thing.
With the whatever it's called, the viewer. But even I for a minute I thought it was a bug too, because there was the time when the bug blocked the camera. I'm like, oh, these gonna be like they're
controls the
bugs are controlling the bugs. Dude, it had a lot of when I stopped thinking about who the alien was and just waited for it, then that's when you got it. But I thought that was a really good thing he did. Like, oh, is this the alien? Is this the alien? Are we gonna have little green men? Are we gonna have like horse people? Like it's gonna be something cool, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was very different.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know, man. It's just I thought the ending was great. I thought it was visually really, really cool.
Definitely.
I loved all the references. I love the shout out to the crew. I think like Brandon said, like it's a shout out to the crew. I mean, he literally had a Scorpion King crew jacket on, and I felt that was definitely like Jordan Peele, like, hey, let's give some love to these people who usually don't get any recognition.
Don't get any recognition.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about it. So who made it? The guy who worked at the bootleg, Circus City type of thing. It's the guys behind the scenes that really made it and lived.
Yeah.
Not the people that are trying to get all the attention and try to control everything, but the ones who make it happen.
Do their job.
Do their job and know what they're talking about and respect others.
Yeah.
You don't respect, I'm telling you, this is the thing. You don't respect something, it's going to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes for people. It definitely goes for wild animals. If you don't respect it, it's going to bite you in the ass.
Yeah. They even said that in the movie when they were talking about like taming wild animals, and then what's his name? The director was like, "Oh yeah, talk to who the magician guys, Siegfried and Roy." It was like, I mean, that is I mean, it sucks, but it's true. It's like, dude, it's a wild animal, man. Eventually, it's gonna snap. It's gonna break. Isn't that what they said? It went to its breaking point, or
that's
something
its
like
breaking point, and eventually, it's going to be a wild animal. It's going to tear your face off. What you did to that girl?
There you go, literally.
Oh, that was like I said, man. I
her
thought
face
the
out
scenes...
and her tongue and her lips.
That makes it harder to watch. Go ahead.
Yep, I thought the Gordy scenes were like the most unsettling parts of the movie and the scariest parts of the movie. Yeah,
man. The Gordy scenes were, you saw it in the beginning, and I wasn't sure, and then they tie back to it later, and you're just like, damn, and they show it, man. He doesn't show the monkey pounding on the woman,
but you hear it.
I mean, there's a couch blocking it, but you still see half of the bodies. You just don't see the top half where it's happening. But hey, you see it, you hear it, you hear the person like grunting, and I was like, oh man, it's like, Jesus.
I think they got me. It was
it was hard.
Slipper. The slipper was just sitting there straight up, like this, just sitting there, like, like, why is that sitting right up like that? This is crazy.
I don't know if you got anything. There's one thing I'm always kind of curious with Jordan Peele is he does the opposite of Rob Zombie. He doesn't put his wife in everything, even though Jordan Peele's wife is an actual actress. who is funny and is good.
I would say and is awesome.
Yeah, she's
it feels
why am I
funny.
having a brain fart right now?
You know,
if it was a comedy, then she's in it.
I just want to find someone who believes in me as much as Rob Zombie believes in his wife's acting skills.
That's
God,
Chelsea Peretti.
Yeah, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn
Nine-Nine.
Yeah. She's funny.
She's hilarious.
Yeah. And he doesn't put her. I'm like, man, dude, you have a legit famous wife, like, who is an actress all on her own and everything, and doesn't put her in any of his things, you know. So it's just also the SNL reference. Jordan Peele was a Mad TV guy.
Yep.
You know, and they're talking, and then they say not George Cotan, Steve
Chris
Cotan.
Kattan.
Chris Kattan. There you go. I was having a brain fart. Chris Kattan, who played the monkey a lot of times in some of the skits. Yeah. So I was like, they even got that reference right, but I thought it was funny because we said SNL and Peele was a Mad TV guy. So it was just, I don't know. This like, I mean, maybe he just did that because everyone know SNL, but I just feel like a lot of Mad TV guys are like not bitter, angry at SNL, because SNL was like the clean comedy and Mad TV was out here doing
crazy
jokes.
Yeah, but then again, but look how everyone did well because they're able to go do more stuff.
Yeah, you get a lot of good people that came out, a lot of funny people that came out of Mad TV.
Yeah. I still laugh at a lot of the Will Sasso skits, especially Steven Seagal, and I don't know if you remember Paul Timberman's workshop, where he was like the not carpenter, but he had like a home workshop show, and he was always injuring himself.
Yeah.
Those ones were great.
Yeah, it was like
I mean, Taylor's like,
like Tim Taylor. Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's still skits on there that Stewie or not Stewie. Yeah, the little like, look what I could do, you know. That's still a thing, you know. I think Bobby Lee, you know, is Bobby Lee's one of my he's legit one of my favorite podcasts. Is Tiger Belly? Is him and his now ex-girlfriend on Tiger Belly, and I love watching Bobby Lee. I just wish he can lay off the drugs, you know. But he's so funny, man. He's just so weird.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
He's not
Tiger Belly.
Yeah, Tiger Belly.
He is. He was clean for a long time, and then he maybe 6 months ago or so, like he relapsed and he's clean again. But he's funny, man. He's funny. Like I think he's more funny sober than he is like messed up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bobby Lee was always funny, but
I don't know.
That was a little hit there. Yeah, well, check it out, man. Tiger Belly is really, really good.
There's actually make a note of that for myself right now.
I only watch Black Jeopardy. Sorry,
Black Jeopardy. There's actually an episode of Tiger Belly. Well, it's kind of connected. Where what's his name? The artist David Choi, I think his name is. I'm having a brain fart. But he's telling Bobby Lee, he's like, dude, you're the guy. You're the guy that said it's okay not to be a stereotypical Asian in movies and in comedy. And like you help create that for like this generation. And then you think he's ordering Grubhub or something. It winds up Steven Yeun winds up coming onto the podcast. And they're literally praising Bobby Lee. Yeah, they're like praising Bobby Lee. I'm like, dude, you're the reason why I'm able to be famous, you know. And like his girlfriend starts crying because she's like I've been trying to tell him like he's important, you know. And Bobby Lee starts crying. It was such a good episode, man. And you know, and it's just like somebody like Bobby Lee who just thinks he's like, you know, fart jokes and does like, oh, hot dog, you know, like, you know, he's good, you know, he's funny, and then having these legit artists and actor tell him like, dude, you're the reason why I'm able to be famous as an Asian. You know, I thought it was super great episode. I love that. I highly recommend that episode.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. But all right, anything else?
I think we did almost as long as the movie, so yeah, I think we got it all.
Yeah, I think we got it all. We're good.
Yeah.
At least I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's I downloaded this. I didn't even get to use this. This is after Jupe watches Gordy do stuff.
Emotional damage.
That's Jupe's character in a nutshell, right there.
Emotional damage. That is it.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, let's get into some Comic-Con. So if you're watching live, stick around. I know some of the other guys who didn't watch the movie are waiting. But if you watched the movie, let us know in the comments what you thought of Nope. If you liked it, if it was bad in the beginning, bad at the end, vice versa. Whatever you guys thought, let us know, and we'll have a convo in the comments with it.
Yeah, definitely.
But make sure you hit. Yeah, I'm really curious because so many people like different parts of the movie. It's kind of weird. But yeah, let us know. Make sure you like the video; it definitely helps us out, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when we go live every Monday and Wednesday. But let's move on to some Comic-Con.
Cool.
All right. So that went on a lot longer.
That's because we loved it too much.
Yeah. It's just the ebb and flow. We just gotta accept it. Just gotta roll with it.
Also, did you guys know who the TMZ guy was?
No.
Like who actually played the team? I don't know either. I've been meaning to look it up, and the
scene where he got thrown from his motorcycle, I was on the floor though. That dude went flying.
It was so funny. I told you that Wi-Fi is only 500 feet. So he was running. He's like, it's going to hit him. It's going to hit. Oh, it hit him. And he tried to help him up, and he was like, don't look under the eye. Don't look his eye. He's just like, all right, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Guess you're going there.
All right. You wanna get right into this Black Panther trailer?
Yeah. Might have to pause.
Take my glasses off. Let me take my glasses off and take a deep breath and kind of ready myself.
If you pause it a couple times, it doesn't go all the way through. Sometimes you don't get copyright claimed.
Marvel and Disney is pretty good with copyright claims. Universal sucks ass. Universal does not care. They're like, oh, you played 2 seconds of our thing? Nah, we're claiming it. You know, everyone else plays nice. You know, I'll claim it as copyright or free, whatever the hell it's called, free use, and usually it works. All right, so
looking at you.
Let's watch this. Let's watch this Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer.
I don't know how ready I am for this a second time.
No woman, no cry.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
Baby Neymar, that's crazy. The little feet, wings on his feet. Oh, he looks amazing.
He looks super cool.
Riding the whales.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright now. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Everything's gonna be alright.
All right. I
Yeah,
forgot what day November it comes out, but
I want to say like November
Yeah, man.
11th or something to that effect. I might be wrong,
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah,
I
he
don't know
does
how
have the
ready I am for
wing.
that.
Little wings on his feet. Can
I
you
didn't
go
notice
back to
that.
the scenes when you see the bodyguards, the women? Was it the dash? What they call
the Dora Milaje.
Dora Milaje?
Yeah, Lodge.
A little bit further, because I want you to go into each one where you see they have necklaces. That's what I noticed. So yes,
Is
M'Baku
it
has
like
a necklace. So we see the necklace here.
uh-huh.
So she has a necklace. M'Baku has a necklace,
I
and
know
it was
I'm trying to
rumored that they all had there could be multiple Black Panthers.
she has
You remember the Black Panther suit was able to fit inside a necklace, and you see
Yeah.
all the. And I was
Yeah.
wondering is if everyone who had a necklace will eventually, be one of the Black Panthers, because they're able to, produce that flower, chemically.
mhm.
So they'll all be able to be. So we might see
That's
3
an
at
awesome
a time.
shot.
Him
Yeah.
coming down on his throne like that. Like,
That's such a cool shot, man. For me, I gotta say Namor made the trailer really epic. Like
Yeah.
seeing him, like, yeah.
it's
Even
still
like,
very
I
emotional.
mean, this part. Have you seen the meme where it's this, and then it cuts to they're like, oh, her, and then it cuts to the cameraman like crying. It's just like the cameraman.
Yeah, I've seen the one
Every time I
with
watch,
Wesley.
I'm holding in like, oh my gosh.
I mean, you can see her eyes watery here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I think the trailer did kind of confirm a lot of the plot leaks that we were talking about last time, but I think maybe in execution.
So that's Namora. That's what her name is. The princess.
Nakia?
No, her Namora. I think is her name.
Oh,
princess.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure too much with Namor.
Yeah, I was never like a huge Namor reader.
Namor is a fictional character. Yeah, she is the daughter of. She's from Atlanta. She's one of the daughters. I think she's his cousin of Namor.
I guess like a sister, cousin. Okay,
his cousin of Namor.
Hey, what's up, Battle? Yeah. No, I think we like the trailer. I think we all like the trailer.
How do you not like the trailer? I mean, honestly,
it is gorgeous.
With
the
can't music,
watch it very much.
It's hard. It's hard to watch, but I really believe we're going to get like 3 or 4 Black Panthers at the same time.
So, all right, I'm glad I was trying to find this spot. Who is this? They're all the Dora Milaje are all on this person, but this person also looks like one of them. Bald head, but in purple.
Mm-hmm.
Who I'm kind of curious on who this is. I didn't see too much people. So is it a traitor? Is it somebody that they
help with them?
Yeah. So I'm curious about that one too. There's a lot of scenes in it where I'm like, okay.
I mean, think about it. What's called being flooded? Wakanda being flooded by the sea. That's just amazing too.
Yeah. Also, I'm kind of curious about her because when she gets hit, she takes the hit and then.
But you see right there. Come back.
Did I miss it? I did. Dang it. There you go. Look at that. Perfect spot. Yeah. Who's that? See, here she's fighting alongside them.
That's why I feel like it's back all of them. And they have
they got
some special powers or something like that.
The Power Rangers? You got a green one back here. Yeah. I'm super interested in it. Super. Yeah, them flooding it though was like. Really...
I mean, and I just hope they did. I hope they respect the funeral, because I mean that funeral just looked so.
They will.
Emotional.
They will.
So So emotional. But the leaks say that he's going to come there during the funeral and challenge them during the funeral. And if the queen dies too, can you imagine after that powerful speech and she dies? Oh my goodness, they're gonna kill off everybody.
Yeah. This is going to be a tough one. Have my Kleenex handy.
I just got back from a podcast of a guy screaming SJW women outraged because of all the women in the trailer.
What a fucking dipshit. I can't stand these assholes.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, oh, Black Panther has too many black people in it. I was like, shit.
Fucking loser.
Man, people.
Yeah. God, these guys are so they
yeah.
I don't even know how some of these guys have the sack to call themselves fans.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's like, oh, there's another one. Okay, so
Go
I see
your mom's basement.
All right.
Fuck face.
You got the. You know how Brandon feels about that shit. I mean, I'm right there with you, man. It's just it's very annoying. You know, like
grow a dick.
Too many. You know, the whole one's called the MCU. Like, whatever.
Yeah, like
you know, I think
tell me you have small dick energy without telling me you have small dick energy.
Get your mom in the chat.
You better watch your mouth now.
No, my mom just heard me talk like that.
Just he didn't say anything bad. He might say some bad words, but I mean, here you go. Awesome trailer clips placed me on the edge of my seat. It really did, man. It really did.
Yeah.
Like we watched it. Me and Brian watched it together, like at a party on my phone. So we didn't get the full embrace of it, and then going home watching it with my headphones on full blast. I'm like, it was a different it was a different feeling.
I was out and about. I was on my way to the loop just to hang out and have some fun.
Wow.
And I watched it while I was waiting for the brown line, and it kind of put me in a dour mood.
No, but I mean, the music is amazing. You know how they're celebrating the life and going through the funeral and all the death that's going on, that has been happening, and mixing to get into Kendrick Lamar's. We're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
I love that, and how the energy has changed. So hey, we're down, sad. All this stuff is happening. We're still celebrating, but we're sad because what's happening, and then it changes until we have to fight. We're going to be here. We have to carry on this legacy. And that's kind of what I was saying. We have to carry on this legacy. We're going to fight. And that's what's changing. You know, I love that song by Kendrick Lamar. Of course, you know, everyone does. So, but that it changed the whole idea of everything. You know, I think this is going to be the same thing I said. I wish they would have recast T'Challa. I wish they would have did this movie during the blip. Obviously, Shuri's back, and they already told us that Shuri was going during the blip, so they're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, if they got to move forward in this direction, you know, at least the execution looks very, very solid, and there's a lot of you know, care and, you know, well placed tribute to the great Chadwick Boseman. You know, and like I've said in the past, I get what they're trying to do, you know, to, you know, kind of cement him as the one and only T'Challa for the MCU. So I get it.
I don't that. I still don't.
I know you don't, because I have a love-hate relationship with it. But if they absolutely have to do it this way, then, you know, at least it looks like they're doing it in a very good and tasteful manner. So I
just don't think it should be a plot. It shouldn't be a part of the plot of the movie. His untimely death it's so tragic. It really is, because we didn't even realize what we were seeing, the special person going away, and should it be a thumbnail or a little side note or a footnote in anyone's script? I feel like that demeans what he really was. not having the character live on by someone else playing it, but putting it as part of the plot of a movie. That's what I didn't like. Not that the whole thing, you know, I don't like that. I'm probably going to still watch it. I still can like the movie without me still thinking that we should have went in a different direction. I can like something without me saying like,
that.
you know, you shouldn't have done that. My death or his, you know, if I die, I wouldn't want my death to be part of a movie. He's going right into the script.
I get that.
No, it's more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I would give.
Oh,
real quick, just one thing I would give them is I think we all prefer them to recast T'Challa because I think we all know how important T'Challa is. I mean, not only to like, you know, to the fans, but also like comic book fans to story. You know, like he's important on so many levels for so many different reasons. The character and him not being there is one thing, but I'm not like them deciding not to continue on is not out of a thing out of hate or like it's not something they're doing out of spite or hate or whatever. It is coming from a place of caring and love, but it's just like it just
I feel like when someone dies, like that, he needs more respect than just being a part of your movie.
Yeah.
That's all it is, not anything else. I think this is still probably going to be a good movie. Ryan Coogler, I've never seen Ryan Coogler do anything that I didn't like. Plain and simple.
No.
Nothing that he's done. I've never seen anything that he's done anything that I didn't like. And I think I'm going to love all that. Acting, I'm going to love the storyline. Namor, I'm going to love. I'm even going to be happy when we find out that the T'Challa's son is going to be living. And they're probably going to name T'Challa, and they're going to go through all the stories with that. I'm probably going to accept that. I would rather them not do it, but I'm probably going to accept it. But I'm voicing my displeasure about it, about his life being like it's a plot line. I don't think that should be. I think it should be more than that. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, even like I know there's somebody in the comments on another video about our plot leak about it, and you know, like I get why people don't want to recast them. I get it. You know, I get it. At least a certain kind of people when they're saying like, yeah, it's to honor him. I get it, but that's not how you honor somebody. You know what I mean? Like you don't honor Christopher Reeve by never anybody ever playing Superman ever again. You know, otherwise we would not have Henry Cavill. You know, it's like, you know, it's
same
just
thing with Joker. You know?
Joker. You know, I mean, you can go Batman. You know, now Heath Adam Ledger died. No more Batman.
Yeah, well, Heath Ledger did the most iconic job of playing Joker. Do we not do Joker ever again?
Yeah. Why
does that have to change with T'Challa? Which is of all, there's really not many black characters. There are this superhero, the super heroic. That's also a king and all these things. You don't get characters like that, and to let it die doesn't always sit well with me.
Yeah. And especially with a movie like this, because my girlfriend saw the trailer and she goes, you didn't tell me they hired a Mexican actor? And I'm like, well, yeah, they changed Namor to be more like Aztec Mayan kind of like look vibe to it. She goes, yeah, but you didn't tell me like it was an actual like Mexican actor. I was like, oh, well, yeah, I don't know, because in my head I was like, well, yeah,
what else would you be if you're
you know, but that's the problem is like somebody like her who's Hispanic who is so used to like shit like a West Side Story. Oh, hey, she's Puerto Rican, but we're gonna get this white chick to be a Puerto Rican lady. You know what I mean? It's like again, even in the remake, you know, like she's still not Puerto Rican. She's half white and half Colombian, I think.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like at least you're kind of, you know, in the realm of it, you know, but still, you know, and that's just something I didn't think. But her who doesn't see the representation on the screen is one thing. So like Latinos and Hispanics are like loving seeing Namor, you know, because he does look super badass in this. But also like having T'Challa, you know, who means so much for like, you know, the black community, and then also have Namor who could be, you know, the same thing that T'Challa was in that one be for the Hispanic community. I don't know. I mean, you could have really like done something special with this movie with T'Challa. So Not saying it can't be still something very special without
It's still
him.
probably going to be, and that's why I don't
Yeah.
think everyone's understanding what we were saying. Like, it's still going to be a great movie. It's still going to be
Black Panther 2.
Epic. It's still going to be one of those things that are really going to touch you. It's just things that you wish they would go further with. I feel like they should have done these certain things because they had time to do it. You didn't have to rush these things.
Yeah.
There was no need, because this is the end. This is the end of phase 4. So there is nothing that you needed to do that was going to change it and that you had to do right now. Like, you could have pushed it back. You could have did it on the blip, just like Spider-Man did at the beginning of phase 4. I mean, there's so much you could have done. But with all that said, it's going to be amazing. They're going to execute. There's going to be I think there's going to be a lot of tension until the movie comes out and people say, all right, we'll get behind it, But until then, I'm going to say, I can still see the other side. That's hard to see. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because even in my mind, in the movie, if he was sick in the movie, you tell me Shuri couldn't cure him? She cured everything.
Yeah.
They have advanced technology.
Yeah. Even that one comment I was saying, they have magic. They have time travel. They have magic. They have multiverses. They have literally any reason that you can pick from to not kill this character. You know what I mean?
It just comes back to me not liking that part, but honestly, when I watched this trailer, and tears come in my eye because it's very, it's
well done.
Epic. It seems like something that's going to be something that you remember when you walk out of the theater. They're going to take this, and they're going to, take this, and they're going to tell you how Wakanda and all the Mesopotamia or even Aztec wars, all this stuff was connected, and like how the Pantheon, it was ripped apart, and as the Atlantic Ocean got bigger, it got pushed further and further apart. But at one time they were all one place. I think that could be possible too. So there's a lot of things that we can hear because as Marvel does, Marvel always gives you a little history lesson. There's a lot of things they're going to do that can really fulfill a movie and make it feel as great as it really is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll see. It'll all boil down to the execution.
We'll find out in November. I'm down to rent another private theater for this one. If you guys want to do that again, I
want to do it for this one.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm gonna watch this one a few times though. Again, because this
is going to be a one-off for me. I don't think I'm going to be able to handle it more than once.
Yeah,
sit in the theater, have my Kleenex handy.
Yeah, right.
This is going to be a one and done.
I definitely want to do all of us together again. I think that was fun, and we'll get everybody. And I feel like this one will be a pretty good one. I don't know. I'm excited, interested, sad, but one thing, this trailer is gorgeous. This trailer is beautiful.
It really is.
I think this one, like literally Disney and Marvel was like letting Ryan Coogler go all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like they've let the directors do their thing in like this in phase 4. They've like let the directors kind of take the reins a little more. That's or true. A lot more, Very true. This looks very Ryan Coogler. Love and Thunder was very Taika Waititi. Multiverse of Madness was very Sam Raimi. So yeah.
To be fair, Black Panther. There's no one else in Disney that's going to be able to say anything. There's no one else in Disney. They're like, no, we're going to just let you go ahead and do whatever.
Yeah,
we have nothing to say.
Yeah, do what you think is best. Yeah. I'm more excited about it. You know, I'm still not happy with some of the plot leaks if that's the way they're gonna go with it.
Yeah, originally I was kind of ready to not watch this, but the trailer kind of had me change my tune, and plus I have to watch it so we can review it later.
Yeah.
But having a woman on the throne, having his mother on the throne, speaking by being guarded by all women, like army, like that.
Like
that's
military.
That's still epic in its saying.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if people are going to hate that.
Oh, for sure.
Sure. I did see that battle set, like, kind of mentioned something about the critical drinker, saying he can go to hell too.
Yeah.
He's always saying little slick bullshit, kind of borderline racist and sexist anyway. So
I don't think I follow Critical Drinker.
We're not gonna follow him, but I'll find out what's going on.
Yeah, he gets slicker and slicker with little bullshit he says as time goes on.
So catch me in the comments.
There's certain channels I avoid. I'm like, oh, that's how you are. I'd rather not. Yeah, because I mean, you're gonna sit there and argue in the comments, or it's like, I don't want to be part of this, so I'm just not gonna give you the time of day. That's the best thing to do on YouTube, because if you comment, that's engagement, that's a positive for them. You dislike it, that's engagement, that's positive for them. The best thing to do if you don't like something is just
say nothing.
It. Yeah, just keep it just keep it moving. Just kind of shake your head a little bit.
Away from my algorithm. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Keep away from my algorithm. I'm all right.
And that was like one thing, like seeing a lot of these other channels. I know it's a little bit off topic, a little bit, kind of, not really. Seeing these other channels and seeing how people hate things for just to hate on things. You know what I mean? And you're still gonna get, a hater, like whether a hater's gonna hate stuff like that, but hating on it and all that shit, I don't like that. For me, it's like I want to have a positive community here. I think we're fairly positive on things, even if we don't like something. We still kind of, we don't say, oh, this is trash, and if you think this is good, then you're stupid. We're not like that. At least I don't feel like we are. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have that community among us and stuff like that.
Same.
If you don't like something, you should just better to say nothing. And just try to respect as best you can. Say, you can disagree with something, you can not like it, but try to respect the other person. So, that's it.
Yep.
I mean, there was a review we did. I don't want to say what, but, we're not fans. Right off the bat, we weren't fans. So when we watched the trailer, we weren't really into it, and I don't think we disrespected it so much. We said our piece from what we understand and what we know. But it was not a good. Yeah. So, but it unfortunately that one I deleted off the channel because it was just like I said, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to interact with that because I don't want the channel to be. I don't want Spoiler Kings to be about that. I want us to be positive, even if something's bad, we can still respect something.
Yeah,
but
harmonious.
Disagree.
Harmony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, the channel gets a ton of views, and usually he's on point. He knows a lot of his best views, and when he talks about SJW, about how SJW movie is, which a lot of those channels do. When you hate on something, it's easier to attract people when they also hate that thing. Because we're so positive on a lot of things, people are like, whatever. But it's because I think we're fans of things.
You should be. Why not?
Yeah, there's anytime there's a popular media that gets adapted in their character that is a woman or minority, there's a big outrage. Yeah, I remember the outrage when the new Saints Row.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
it's ludicrous.
But that's just kind of the world we live in a little bit.
It's the world right now, so that's why you just say okay.
It sucks, but. I'm glad none of us are that insecure, that our masculinity. Imagine your masculinity being threatened because you can't handle a female or a person of color being a protagonist.
Yeah, you understand me. My wife's a strong black woman. My mom is too. So it doesn't bother me at all.
And you got 2 little girls. So
I got 2 little girls. I got 4 sisters. Hey, it don't bother me at all, man.
Doesn't bother me at all.
You have 4 sisters too?
Yeah.
So I feel the same way with my mother and my sister.
Yeah.
You know?
What was that? Oh, who's the joke that said that I think it was Dane Cook when Dane Cook was funny for like that 1 minute. Where he said something like he was all he had was sisters and stuff like that. He said he wore like a maxi pad just to fit in. Was that? Something like that. But it's just
But dude, it's just you're around women
surrounded by it.
You also realize that they're strong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Let's cast Stink as Spawn. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be fine with me.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my point again. How many black characters are there? Superheroes. One's a vampire, one's from hell, and then we got this one. And you want to get rid of this one.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that real quick, or let's finish this before we move on, because there's something else I want to talk about, like a black superhero character that I just watched. Anything else?
No.
Anything else, guys? Yeah.
I was just going to say, Brian, don't sleep on Static Shock. He's dope.
He is awesome.
I will allow it.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that was kind of like our little rant and rave on it. We like it, but we're also have very, very a lot of feelings, I guess. We have a lot of feelings about this one. So but leave a comment, let us know what you thought about it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting us know what you thought about the Wakanda Forever trailer that was just released at Comic-Con. But let's talk about some other stuff and watch another trailer. All right. So that was one thing I was gonna say was another like big black superhero is Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
I mean, there's Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
John Stewart. They just had the new movie, Green Lantern Beware My Power, and it wasn't that good. It wasn't.
I didn't get around to seeing it.
I haven't seen
it. Came out early as a leak, so it's not officially out yet. But it's like kind of leaked. I mean, you can literally like just Google it and it'll pop up somewhere. It's just it didn't do justice. It really didn't do justice to Hal Jordan. If you're a fan of Hal Jordan. I don't think it did justice to John Stewart either, though.
John Stewart,
and I'm a big Green Lantern fan. Like, big.
Really? Yeah. Let me see your hand.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. I need to touch it up a little bit. It's been a while. But yeah,
easily one of my favorite DC characters.
He's cool. Yeah, and that's another thing. I hate that DC always make him so goofy and stupid and I'm like, dude, this guy knocked out freaking Superman. He's not afraid of Batman. Like, Green Lantern is the shit, but they always make him all goofy and everything.
Yeah, which is annoying.
I'm not afraid of Batman either.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that again. Oh man. But yeah, there's some decent amount, but they never get a live action showcase. Nah. Hopefully Static Shock.
They're not always great, the best superheroes. They're not, as I said, one's a vampire, one's from hell. Like, Green Lantern has a good, I mean, I like it, but he still only has a ring. He has also power with it. But, there's not many, is my point. And especially none with the same royalty and respectability as you have, and that's kind of what the point is.
Yeah, I mean, look at like Tony Stark.
There's nothing better than T'Challa.
Yeah.
No one. I mean, you look at him. Look at What If. He's so good. If he was different characters, he makes everything in the world better.
Yeah, pretty much united the galaxy in harmony. Peace and harmony.
Thanos was like, "Yeah, you're right, man."
Yeah,
that's how good he is. Yeah.
Talk
about Luke Cage. That's also like everyone else is flawed. everyone's severely flawed characters.
Yeah, where T'Challa was, but that's also why Chadwick knew T'Challa was important, because he's like, oh, I want to play T'Challa without the mantle of Black Panther to show you how cool T'Challa is, not Black Panther, not the mantle, the person, the man, the character. That's that he knew that important, but let's not listen to his wishes. Do our own thing. Many Black characters in fiction period always I guess token,
that's exactly what it is.
South Park, whenever it's like South Park,
you do it, name him token, like really.
Oh no. So he said, so like that's the thing, was like everyone knew except for Stan that his name is not Token, it's Tolkien.
But
and then everyone blamed Stan because you thought his name was Token, and then they're calling Stan like a racist. And it was such a good episode. And he's like, wait, I'm not racist. Like he's like, you thought his name was Token? Like, dude, yeah, it was a good. Matt Trey and was that Parker? They know how to push limits. Yeah. So to make him white, think about it. Well, they say this is why I think the solution to white black characters is to make them white. Think about that for a second. Okay, hold on. This is why I think the solution to white black characters is to make them white. Think about that for a second. Right. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, I was like,
I was like, wait. Yeah, okay. This is the right black characters to make him white. Interesting. So like you write Tony Stark as being white, and then when you draw him black. Yeah. Yeah, no. Because you kind of threw us off a little bit.
Wait a minute. I'm not exactly where going with that, but
I'm very calm.
Yes. And we were all kind of like sitting there.
Exactly. But think of him the right way and then make him that. But I think that's why I enjoyed Captain America and the Winter Soldier so much. And I think that it's important to have these things. And that's why, even though once again he's another character who's not really a superhero because he doesn't have any superpowers.
No, he's just a peak
Falcon.
human.
Yep, exactly.
Or Falcon? Oh, not Steve Rogers. My bad. Yeah, Sam.
Falcon had nothing.
Oh, he has.
Well, now
nothing.
he's got the suit.
No.
Now he's got the suit of vibranium
from Wakanda. I mean, there's gonna be suits from Wakanda running around everywhere now.
Yeah, they're gonna be
everybody
the source of tech.
Yeah.
What was I gonna look up? Oh, I figured you want to watch the Shazam trailer.
You know what? Honestly,
okay,
it was pretty good. So I want to watch it.
It was. That was a cool trailer.
I mean, we'll get
this is a cool
claimed on it because they're bastards, but maybe Warner Brothers. Yeah, let's see. Think about it. If you try to write a black character, all you are thinking about is the character defying stereotypes. Yeah. Our character you want, and then last second, yeah. What's that? The Harry Potter chick, J.K. Rowling, whatever.
J.K. Rowling,
where she's like, oh, Hermione, was black. I was like, but you literally you could have made her black, but you didn't. Like, you could have made Dumbledore gay, but you didn't. Like, you can't go back in time and change. Like, oh yeah, no, she's black. I was like, no, she's not. Like, there's stuff like what.
No, she's just trying to save her ass right now.
She's got a lot of I don't know. I'm thinking of a good word.
There's no she's done. She's right now she's John Constantine in it right now, and there's no way for you to get back into heaven.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I remember Ripley from Alien was supposed to be a dude. Yeah, but so Sigourney Weaver got that part. Yeah,
she was perfect though. So yeah, it made it better. It really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We'll do one more trailer and we'll call it a night.
Yep. Let's do this.
All right. So we're gonna watch one more trailer that was kind of a big one in Comic-Con. Obviously Marvel kind of stole the show, but DC was there and they did do some things. One thing was they dropped the Shazam trailer, Fury of the Gods. So we're gonna check that out and then talk about it a little bit. So when is it? When is it coming out?
December, I think. Because I know originally it was going to be last summer, but they moved it up. It switched places. It traded with the Flash.
Yeah, it said it just says Christmas. So yeah, December 31st or December 21st. I'm sorry. So,
that was an awesome trailer. I know I've said how I feel about the first one. I really like the first Shazam. By the time they make a third one, I think the kids are just going to be old enough to play the adult versions of the Shazam family. Did anyone hear how loud Asher or how deep Asher Angel, who plays Billy Batson's voice was when he said Shazam? Shazam!
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, but here, I think this is interesting. So, Black Adam comes out October 21st, right?
Yep.
Shazam comes out December 21st.
Mm-hmm.
DC doesn't have any other good movies. So my point is, the next movie's probably going to come out next October 21st. It's going to be Shazam versus Black Adam. That's what's going to be. That's the only franchise they haven't ruined. It's the only one left. They went to Comic-Con and released nothing.
The fact
I want to hear what you say. And why? Why do you think this is okay?
I don't mind. It's not okay. I don't mind it because I believe who did I saw? I was watching somebody. I think it was the SSJ or SSG K Dot. I've been following him a lot. And he's like, the DC shouldn't completely cancel everybody and start fresh. It should do a soft reboot. And I agree. Because a soft reboot would probably be best, where you can just like start off with Shazam because it's good. Black Adam's probably The Rock is not going to do what
he's going to do. He's going to make lots of money. That's what's going to happen.
The Rock is not going to put out a crappy movie anymore. Like, he's done making Tooth Fairy and shit like that. Like, he's making
Tooth Fairy was good.
The fact that The Rock is going to want to kill these kids will just never not be hilarious to me.
I was waiting for waiting for Black Adam to rock bottom somebody.
It's gonna happen. No doubt. But I don't mind two trailers. Fix the problem. If you want to release, if you want to do what the MCU is doing,
to fix it.
You got to reboot. You got to do a soft reboot and start off with Shazam, because Shazam 1 was pretty good.
So we're going to pretend Skyscraper wasn't bad?
That's right. I forgot about that.
You know what the problem is? I actually thought it was pretty okay.
Was it in a remake anyway?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
right? It's a time waster.
Yeah, I could watch it again and just like whatever as I'm washing dishes.
It was the Rock's answer to Die Hard, basically. He's just kind of ticking off all these boxes.
He takes the building and said, "But I'm badder, so I'm gonna make it double the height, and I'm gonna hang from double the size because I'm the Rock."
Yeah, that's what he does.
With a prosthetic leg.
Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, the problem is, I think in the beginning they were trying to be too much like MCU, and they can't do that. Like, don't be the MCU. Don't be dark and gritty and kill everybody. Like, do your own thing. Do what DC does best, man. Like, pull stories from the comic book. Like, your characters, like, pull stories from the comic book.
DC
you have better comics.
Is Batman. That is it.
Man of Steel was okay. I didn't hate Man of Steel.
Man of Steel should have been better.
Scene. It should have been better. It could have been
casting.
Better.
It's perfect casting.
But also, I mean, you could say Iron Man 2 and 3 was pretty bad. Thor 1 and 2 were pretty bad. So just because you start off with a bad movie doesn't mean it could keep going. You know what I mean? Like, Henry Cavill wants to play Superman.
And they should be making Superman movies with Henry Cavill.
But I think they're playing it. the one because Braden, who's also part of the Nerd Huddle over on Dynasty Pylon, he's a big comic book fan as well, and he's the one that told me, he's like, oh, Warner Brothers and Discovery merged. That was sometime last year, and a lot of the Warner Brother head execs kind of got left, pretty much got fired, and now there's a lot of newer people in charge. So I was like, cool, let the new people figure out what they want to do. So you don't need to show me what you're going to do in 2025 like the MCU. MCU can do that because they already gained, I think, enough trust. DC, you need to fix it, and I think the new management might be, that's at least a good step.
Shouldn't you at least do something for early 2023?
I'm cool with it. Especially if whatever comes in 2023 is at the end of Shazam, I'm cool with that. If you want to keep it quiet and keep it a surprise, and then at the end of Shazam, you're like, boom, here's the next movie.
What it looks like more like it looks more like they also don't know. So they're just going to kind of hold it to the chest, like, well, we're gonna pretend like we got a master plan, but we really have nothing in our hands.
Yeah. I mean, guys, that's the kind of the good thing of not showing your hand is no one knows. Are you bluffing or do you got a full house? I mean,
they definitely don't have a full house.
Now?
They might have a pair.
Yeah, Black Adam, Shazam, that's the pair.
That's it. And it's 3-4 suited.
Yeah. I mean, Aquaman's coming out as well. And I think that's gonna do really well. It looks cool.
I mean, he's a good Aquaman. They have great characters, and they're doing a good job casting, except for Ezra Miller. I don't know what the hell they did with that.
Yeah, he was even without everything he's been up to. He was a weird choice for Barry Allen from the get-go.
Yeah.
The problem is they did a great casting with Grant Gustin before. Like, he's so good that anyone that you pick is going to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you do, it's the wrong pick. And you can't have him do it because he did so much CW. So how can you take him for real in the real movie? So I don't know what the perfect answer is.
I think, well, now they have the multiverse because Ezra showed up in an episode of Flash on
Crisis
CW.
on Infinite Earths.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
So you can easily be like, oh, our Flash is dead. Let's go get a new one, and then bam, here's Grant. I was like,
I mean, you could, but I just don't think
easy as that.
I don't know if Grant's going to want to do it, even though he's young still, and he's a great actor, and he can do a lot of these things. I don't think he's going to want to do it.
Yeah,
I think
DC's got a good thing going on with Shazam. Zachary, what's his name? Zachary Levi?
Zachary Levy? Levy or Levi? Yeah.
Yeah. Who was in the MCU too.
Yeah.
I think he plans on being Shazam for a while. I think The Rock knows a good thing when he sees it, and it could be a very good thing. Henry Cavill, you got the pieces. Do a little soft reboot, bring it back in. I mean, it's not too late for DC. It's not too late for DC. They have the better characters for sure. I think they could do it
because the Batman.
It's not going to happen soon. It's not going to happen anytime.
You're not going to have a Justice League anytime soon because I don't know who's going to play Batman in that Justice League.
Yeah, you could bring in, what's his name? The Batman, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, you could. Just do like a little time skip.
He's so young. Yeah, you're gonna have to really adjust that. And how you gonna justify him knowing any of these people?
Well,
I mean, you could kind of.
You're just kind of spitballing. You're under the assumption that his Batman is supposed to be like in his early 30s. So I kind of want.
I would say even
for Justice
20s,
League,
maybe.
I kind of want like a younger, kind of like in his prime Batman anyway, or to at least have Batman and Superman around the same age, like early 30s. I wasn't quite sure how I felt with like an older, kind of weathered Batman being in the Justice League. Mm-hmm. I didn't like necessarily hate it, but if I had my way, I'd kind of have him around the same age as Superman, like kind of.
Henry Cavill is 39 years old. He's 40 years old. Ben Affleck was the right age. It's just
Yeah, it says established that Batman in the Snyderverse has been Batman for years. Yeah, which
20
is
years.
which is not a bad thing. He was kind of that version of Batman was kind of over being Batman. I felt like
good. You can bring down the Teen Titans and then introduce a new Batman, or say this Batman is from that that era. So you could fast forward just using the Teen Titans.
Hey. I mean, you can also say like the Batman was hold on, cat, get out of here. The Batman happened in the 90s. I mean, you had Nirvana, playing and stuff like that. He was already.
Didn't they have smartphones and live streams and stuff though?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I do have to get back to this. Something he said.
Go ahead.
Here you go. I really hope they improve the action scenes between the new Shazam and Black Adam. Like superhero movie action scenes are just so boring to me. I'm going to say it. I want Snyder back. You want Snyder back?
No,
I don't think it's going to happen. Braden was saying it could happen because of the new management in Warner Brothers, and they're fans of Snyder.
Well,
I don't see it happening.
No, it's not that I am too. I think he did a better job. I just think that someone needs to be able to rein him in. If someone can rein him in, then you might have what you need. You need someone with a big personality that's going to really introduce these characters the right way. Because I think he did a good job introducing all the characters. But someone has to be able to rein them in and say, no, we're going to make this movie 3 hours long. We're going to do this.
Yeah, and to Snyder's credit, he really is good with visuals and fight scenes. He's absolutely great with that. So like, even if he were brought in like some capacity, like with Battle saying, like handling fight choreography or whoever he uses for his choreographer, if they used, like certain elements that were incorporated in the Snyderverse like that, I'd be fine with it. His fight scenes have always been great. 300.
Yeah, but no, if you're going to have Snyder there, he's going to have to be the main director. And the only thing is, you have to have someone that's going to be able to rein him in a little bit. You need to have a czar. You need to have one guy that's going to say, yes, this, no, this.
You need to have a Kevin Feige.
Yeah, he need a tether, like a Kevin Feige. Yeah, like you said, someone to rein him in. Like, you
they tried doing it with Jeff Johns, and it didn't really work.
You have to have stronger personality.
I mean, Jeff Johns was great in the comics. I mean, he wrote one of my favorite comic book Green Lantern runs. But Rebirth. I think he was a big part also in Blackest Night.
I think so too.
Rebirth though. I have Rebirth issue #1 first print signed by Jeff Johns. So right now Jeff Johns is not a good name to say on the internet, especially with the Snyder fans, but he did do an awesome comic book run. And I think that's what DC was trying to do. But
what happens if Marvel goes against Snyder and lets him do a movie and become like the best movie of all time? That would really stick it to DC. That would really mess it up. Oh my god!
Yeah, like bring him in for Kang Dynasty and Secret
Kang
Wars.
Dynasties. Can you imagine if we brought Snyder for Kang Dynasties and it becomes the greatest thing ever? Like that might be the last nail in the coffin for DC.
Yes.
You know how many Snyderverse people would just lose their shit. They would lose it, dude. We said like most of these movies action scenes are just so boring. We get can't hide Snyder, at least hire the Russos from our projects. They got action done in Avengers, or I'll even take Josh Whedon. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Josh Whedon ain't gonna work anywhere anytime soon. That's just not gonna happen. Especially on DC. DC does not want his name anywhere near him.
And the Russos are going to be. They're going to get one of those Avengers movies. I think Secret Wars is the Russos.
Secret Wars. Yeah,
that's not confirmed. I was just thinking about that when they announced that the other day. If they're going to bring the Russos back, or if they're going to bring in New Blood, or what's going to happen.
I think they're going to get New Blood. because that's what he does. It seems like he's been doing like, all right, you guys get 2 movies, you get 2 movies, and we'll try somebody else. You know, I mean, that's one thing with Kevin Feige is he doesn't like to stay too attached to some of these directors, which is a good and bad thing. But he's been the most attached to the Russo brothers, so.
Yeah,
but
I'm curious to see where they how that pans out, and just the notion of getting 2 Avengers movies in the same year, 6 months apart, is just a dream come true.
I feel they're gonna do part 1, part 2.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's gonna be.
This is what this is.
Yeah,
so.
I think that no. I honestly, I think they're doing it's a 3-parter. I think they're going to do. I think it's going to be a trilogy. I think they're going to do is part 1, good guys kind of win. Part 2, the bad guys win, and part 3 is going to be epic. I think they're going to be setting up a part 3 that's going to be so epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because it makes sense. If Kang Dynasty's is second, it seems like they're setting up a way for Kang to win the second one, and then come into this third one and be just the most unbelievable epic comeback ever with everybody. Because by then they have now introduced every character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because you can't get rid of Kang until you get introduced to Fantastic Four.
Sure.
Yeah.
Guillermo Grispo, Battle said.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Sure. I hear. I guess he was. What happened?
Oh, nothing. I was just trying that on my end for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I clicked it too fast. But he was the fight choreographer for Batman vs Superman. I didn't mind the fights.
It was good. I didn't mind
the fight. No.
Well, the fight was the best part of the whole thing. It's a story. Stupid.
Just
on that.
The story was stupid, and it tried to do too much. It tried to be a Man of Steel sequel, the introductory to Batman.
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, one big trailer for a Justice League movie. It just did too much. They just crammed too much in when they should have focused on quality rather than just catching up to the MCU. Unfortunately, and
They shot themselves in the foot, I think, trying to be the MCU instead of being DC.
Just delivering quality. You do that, the movie's going to sell itself.
Yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool with going slow, figure it out, and then give
baby
us
steps
what we want. Yeah,
baby steps. Build it up.
I mean, it just sucks that now you have to go backwards a little bit in order to keep going forward.
The worst is you have to go backwards for movies that you've already made.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Yeah.
Why would anyone go see The Flash? Why would anyone go see it?
Michael Keaton. I mean, that might be their soft reboot. Is Michael Keaton reboots the Justice League?
And they're gonna
loves. Yeah.
They're gonna feature him prominently in the ads with all this stuff about Miller. They're gonna shine the spotlight. They're gonna centralize Michael Keaton in the ads. It's gonna be all about him, not Ezra Miller. Either that, or they're just gonna. They've spent too much money on it at this point, so
they have to release it. It's gonna be stupid.
Yeah. So I'm hearing people like just dump it on HBO Max. Dump it on HBO Max. There's no way.
It's gonna set up so much going forward that it has to.
They've already fired Ezra Miller, right? So
I don't. Did they? Have they officially?
I felt like
there seems like a lot of uncertainty and tentativeness whenever the topic's brought. Whenever it's a point of topic.
It just says Warner Brothers calls it quits with Ezra Miller's The Flash.
Yeah, I don't know if I heard.
It says Ezra Miller fired from The Flash after a string of legal controversy since June 19th. That's what I have from the Mirror.
Yeah, I mean he's going to get fired if he's not already fired. I mean that's
he has been fired from playing The Flash. That's what I see on June 19th everywhere.
Okay. He's clearly dangerous and a big liability to say the absolute least. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, also Michael Keaton is showing up in Batgirl, or yeah,
Yep.
he's showing up in Batgirl, so he's going to be. I think he's going to be the person that the DC needs. It's a lovable character. Everyone loves Michael Keaton's Batman. Everybody, like, I don't care. Everyone loves it.
Because it's the best
could
one.
be.
He did the
Yeah,
best one.
yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
well,
Yeah.
he's the best Batman. He didn't do the best job. Dark Knight is still the best. It might be the best movie ever made, comic book movie ever. So like, it's hard saying that he's not one of the best.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be the catalyst of this reboot. I think so.
Yeah,
and if it is, I'm down for that. Let him build his multiverse of Justice League, and because then you can easily pick, like, all right, new Flash, boom, new Batman, boom. We already got
That's
him,
exactly
and him already.
What you could do. Yeah, you're right. Have Michael Keaton be the old Batman, and he picks all the new characters for the Justice League. And Superman can still be the same age because he's still Superman. That works.
You can go
all right,
get
Tank.
Grant.
So, as I said, DCEU needs a new leader. I nominate Tank right here. I'm here first. Tank is nominated by me right now. I've done it.
Yeah. Go. I don't know if I can handle Zack Snyder.
You got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Although I guess he was saying, what was the article stated he was going to send his social media people after Jeff Johns and the other guy. I'm like, I don't know if that was true or not, but I was just making a joke.
Yeah, that makes sense. But him, you say in the timeline, and next now we get to go. He has to choose all the new characters with Justice League, and we're good to go. I like it.
Yeah,
it's the easiest, best way where you can get the best of every world. And if somebody messes, because you already got to figure out what you're gonna do with Flash, and you got to figure out what you're gonna do with Batman. You just got to sign a contract with Henry Cavill. Just throw some money at him. He's willing to take it.
He's willing to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. What do you say?
Like,
we already know the only reason they was so set on the Flash movie was to reset the timeline. Yeah. But Ezra also didn't know he's also resetting his timeline.
He's also resetting the timeline.
You fired. Because I guarantee they're going to reshoot an ending that Ezra vanishes in the Time Force or something stupid. And then boom, new Flash. Honestly, I don't think they should do a Justice League. Just leave it alone for now. Do Man of Steel, make another Aquaman. Exactly.
Yeah, just kind of focus on standalone movies for now, rather than a greater universe. And
I mean, you had a good thing with Wonder Woman.
That's what Marvel did right too. They had the standalone movies first, and then they said we're gonna put it together. First, let's make these characters right.
Yeah, which is kind of coming back and biting them in the ass, because now in Phase 4 they're doing standalone movies again.
Too much fan service is my problem right now.
Yeah, that too. But they're doing standalone movies, but we're already past standalone movies. We want massive team up movies. So
yeah, but it's you gotta get these characters again. And
yeah, exactly.
I know we're about to end the show right now. Quick. I just want to answer this one question. It doesn't make sense. Batman versus Superman doesn't make sense. It doesn't make Superman should be able to kill Batman from a billion miles away. It doesn't make sense. He's a dude. Superman should be able to kill a dude at any point in time.
Battle already started this debate last time when we went on for like 40 minutes. Yeah. What is it? Honestly, Batman is gonna carry the DC live action universe. He is. I think so. Michael Keaton is gonna do it. Yeah. I mean, he's got money and he's got the tech. Let him do it. Let him be the Iron
forever. Man. There's Batman. There's how many Batman comics are there? You have so many storylines you could use. Different Batman, old Batman, young Batman. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. It only makes sense.
Yeah. But I definitely agree. Leave Justice League alone for a little while. Build up these characters, and then it'll have a bigger impact when they come together. You putting them together so quick, it didn't feel right.
It felt unnatural.
Yeah. And that's why you needed to have a 4-hour cut, because you needed to explain Flash's backstory. You need to explain Cyborg's backstory. You know,
and then they released the one without any of that. So I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. No, we're not getting into it. We're not getting into it.
Don't get me started.
I am holding my tongue and just resisting at all costs.
I can't do it. I could go an hour.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the minority too. I think most people think Batman can do it. Yeah, I think Batman's a dude. I think I could be the Batman. Just a dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna be a whole show. Just Batman versus Superman. Get it. Honestly, what you said, they could have made a Supergirl movie and it could have kickstarted something great.
I agree with that too. And once again, DC has better characters than Marvel.
Yes.
They just do.
Yeah, 100%. I was looking for one thing to finish it on. Can't find it. Because there's damn it. I as soon as I tell you I'm gonna find it, watch. But there's a clip of Steve Harvey from the old Kings of Comedy, where now it's making its rounds again, where he's like, oh, I'm here to see the Kangs, not the Kings, the Kangs.
Yeah, the Kangs.
And it's like in the background, it's like has the logo for the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody edited it and it was really good. And I was like, oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I thought you were gonna do the one that said what the Marvel did, and it's like 13 movies and the greatest thing of all time. I need more of it. And then said, what did DC do? And it's just these two little movies that we already knew were coming out.
Yeah. Which
God,
I mean, man, like,
bodied them this year. Well, they do it every year, but Jesus.
But I mean, the craziest part was they did that. I think they did that. They definitely owned Comic-Con this year, but they set up D23 so much harder. They're like, hey, look at all this shit we got coming out, but we're gonna show you all the trailers and announce all the cast in September at D23 at our own convention. I was like, damn, you use this platform to hype up your own platform. Damn, Disney, like bastards, man. But
call it winning.
Yeah.
Sometimes
the same thing.
Sometimes I feel like Kevin Feige just sits in his office just kind of looking at DC or Warner Brothers, just like, why do you make me do this?
Hit the floor, let the bodies hit the
floor. Well, but I mean, DC has the fandom. Use the fandom. You know, set up things, and then do the big announcements on fandom. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I'm not over DC yet. I'm not over DC yet. I think with the new management,
it's literally the last two on the boat. You're going down with the sinking ship. You go play it until it goes down.
I mean, I'm not into the Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse. But I do think they're gonna do a soft reboot, and I think that'll be for the best. I think that'll be for the best.
Yeah.
But I might get a bunch of hate coming in. Oh, yeah. You're not a real fan if you're not. Yeah. You don't want the Snyderverse. Like, I guess not.
I'm telling you, I think of all the ones they've had, they've done the best.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've been here 2.5 hours, guys. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm tapping out. I'm hitting the bell.
Yeah.
Ding ding. I'm out.
All right, let's get out of here. Awesome. Thanks Battle coming in, hanging out. Everyone else coming in.
Thank you, Battle.
Derpy, appreciate it. Also, we had DJ. You had Brandon's mom coming in. Mm-hmm. Let us know she liked the Black Panther trailer. So appreciate it.
My mother heard me talking like that tonight.
She's gonna look at you. She's gonna go like this.
Like the message was good. Gonna use a little less curse words. Yeah. And then thumbs up, dude. Also, a little thing before we head out. 14 years ago today, one of my probably my favorite movie of all time, Step Brothers, was released. So
nice.
That's pretty awesome.
I freaking love Step Brothers.
Oh, my dad's gonna wonder where I am.
No one's gonna.
Yeah,
that is a great movie. It's so many one-liners. It's amazing.
Very, very quotable, right?
Yeah.
We should do this again. I think it was very constructive.
So
Exactly.
all right. With that being said, let's get out of here. Appreciate it, everyone. Wednesday we'll be back and we'll probably talk more Comic-Con because there's some more trailers we haven't seen.
And
yet.
maybe Stranger Things.
Yes. It's penciled in. It's penciled in.
That's so funny.
All right. Cool, guys.
All right.
Appreciate it all. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, guys. All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.